Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Armchair Pundits podcast. This week, as you can see, we have a guest. As we had the Man U and Tottenham game, we decided to rope in another Man United fan, as my brother often likes to not turn up when Man United don't do well. So, we've got Cyril. How you doing, Cyril?
I'm cool, thanks. Finally had to show face on the show to. Well, I'm never going to defend my guys, but just to talk about the travesty that's Man United, basically, and to see where it's gone wrong or what we can do going forward.
And of course, we've got Leon as well. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, not too bad. Glad to have Cyril. It's been a while, so good to have him on the show.
It's been a few years.
Okay, so without further ado, we'll leave the floor to you, Cyril, on your debut.
Now, obviously,
how did you feel the game went for you?
To be honest with you, I think that you will understand how I'm feeling when your team is in a situation where you're going into most games with little to no hope at this point. So there's just because I've been a lifelong Man United fan, so I've gone the whole spectrum of literally going in expecting to win every game to now the complete 180 where I'm going in realistically hoping not to lose. And it's sad to say because Tottenham's B team was out there, like literally 5 of your starters weren't playing. No Son, no Basuma. It's like I'm hoping not to lose at home, which is a disgrace, which is just a testament to where we are right now. And to be fair to the guys, in the first half, I was pleasantly surprised. They were playing okay. Yeah, they were playing all right football, not letting Tottenham overly dominate us. We got a couple of goals, thinking, giving me the hope like they normally do, making me think, things can finally change. Where maybe turning a corner, even like Rashford's getting in on the action, even though he's been horrible all season. And then lo and behold, second half starts, and just like clockwork, can see straight away, hope dashed, dream dashed. Now I'm just praying that we don't get killed at home. Something like 25% possession in the second half. Just no. Just we're not pressing.
No shots.
The thing is, the joke is, I had a bet, that both teams will score. Both teams will score 3 shots on target, and Man United had 2 shots on target after like 36 minutes, and I still lost the bet. I couldn't. You can't even make this stuff up. Like, I wish I was joking. Yeah. So, what I want to do is as an actual Man U fan, I'm not one of these Man U fans that comes out here hoping that we lose so that the manager gets sacked. I want us to win every game, but I can't see no patterns of play. We're not a pressing team. We're not an offensive team. We're not a team that we've got players that have pace, but for some reason can't beat Mans. We are joint. I think that only Sheffield United and maybe Burnley have scored less goals than us in the whole league this season. We're the only team in the top 10 that has a negative goal difference. We're bottom for shots converted. We're bottom for chances created. We've had one of the most creative players in Bruno Fernandes as a number 10, creating almost as many chances as Kevin De Bruyne. All of a sudden, he's playing DM. Nothing makes sense. The team is a shambles. I'm finally joining the Ten Hag out. I've been resisting it because every season the players are winning. They're getting the managers in. Tottenham, who normally, historically, Tottenham are scared to come to Old Trafford. These guys are coming to Old Trafford expecting to beat us with their B team. It's a joke. And then people are saying, "Oh, Tottenham flopped because they didn't beat Man United at home." This is what they're saying. Do you know what? Yeah, it's not right.
You know what? Yeah, then what's making me laugh is that Cyril's making so many points that I was gonna make. It's just thrown out the window. I don't need to talk.
No, I don't even talk. It's like it's so bad. Yeah, nowadays I can't even when my son's watching football. I'm like, maybe we should just play Switch or something, because if Man United lose, I'm losing every leverage I have to keep him as a Man U fan. He's telling me maybe we should support Man City and stuff. Like, do we have to support Man United? This is my son. Like, my flesh and blood is telling me this. like, it's killing me. It's killing me. And I thought I'd come up here and just talk about the hardship the Man United fans. Obviously, I know that you guys have been through. James has, been through it as a Liverpool fan. But James, you weren't like, you didn't go through the Liverpool heights. You know what I mean? Like, you weren't there like in the 80s, probably like enjoying Liverpool's like dominance. So I enjoyed the dominance for years. And now it's almost like someone just kicked me in the face every day of my life. Every day I'm getting kicked in the head. Every day is a kick in the head. Can't enjoy no.
You know
games.
what?
I can't.
There's no sympathy though, Cyril, because you guys had it so good for so long. Like, we had to endure you lot just constantly winning everything in English football, and then almost, if it wasn't for Real Madrid and Barcelona having their dominance, you would have won more. But it just so in Europe, I mean, but like, our heart doesn't bleed because you had it so good for so long. And you know how football works in cycles. Like, Liverpool didn't win the league for how many years after being dominant for 2-3 decades? Do you know what I mean? So like, it's all cycles, right? Man City are having their time right now, but who's to say when Pep goes that they don't make up, like, certain other people don't decide to leave as well, because they know, we're not going to have the same success because Pep's not there. Do you know what I mean? So it's all of that. It's a cycle thing. But I have to say, I've got mixed feelings about the game. Obviously, like, most of the time when Tottenham goes to Old Trafford, we flop. Like, there's been enough times where like, Man United haven't been in great form. Even, obviously, I'm talking about since Sir Alex has been gone. They haven't been in great form, and we've gone there and literally just capitulated many times. And I felt like it was going to happen again because we conceded after 3 minutes. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, and of all people is Højlund, obviously getting his first goal recently in the Premier League. He's been scoring in for them in the Champions League. So it was a big thing for him to score in the Prem. But like, the goal that he scored was the type of goal that you would expect to see from him. Good goal.
Yeah.
I would say pretty bad defending. Like, we had our first choice centre backs back, and we were hoping that we would be able to be a little bit more secure with having them both back. But it's, they've been weeks not playing as a partnership again. But yeah, Man United getting that goal, I was thinking, here we go again, capitulating. But we responded well. Cyril said we dominated possession of the game. But in all honesty, you'd have to say that even though both teams scored 2 goals, that defenses or bad decision making in the forward areas was the reason why there wasn't more goals, because you didn't really feel like there was any more clear-cut chances apart from McTominay's one. He had the best chance to win the game, but besides that, I can't remember there being any other gilt-edged chance that someone missed. Everything was half chances or something kind of created out of nothing. We obviously hit the crossbar from Romero, but like, that was a difficult header. Like, it was well defended in a way that his leap was amazing, and he got a good connection onto the bar, but he had to jump over the defender. So it was difficult to get it more like head it down. But yeah, pleased with the way that we went at it. The fact that we've got so many players out. Pleased that we managed to dominate the game, but a little bit disappointed that we didn't do more in the final third. I think Brennan Johnson, out of the front 3, I was a little bit disappointed with, because there was a few chances that he had to play in a good cross, and they were really, really poor crosses. Like, he didn't even make it to the back post when Richarlison was free in the middle. It was like, bro, what are you doing? And he supplied Richarlison with good crosses for 2 of his goals already this season. So I don't know what happened there. Werner coming in, I thought he did well. Like, he's going to be a problem. He's very direct. I thought he, considering it's his first game for us, I thought it was a pretty good performance. Like, we're hoping that he'll be able to add some goals. Hopefully, he actually got an assist for Bentancur's goal, so that's a good start. So we'll see what happens, man. We need to just weather this storm, because we've got so many guys gone with Basuma, Son, Sarr. We're hoping to get Madison back from injury, and Kulusevski was ill. So yeah, a lot of players out. So have to just, before the game, I would have taken a point, and we got a point. So I can't be too mad. I was happy with the attitude of the players who stepped in.
That's the thing. With your half your starting 11 out, you're still playing the same type of football. And this is the thing that most Man U fans are so perplexed about, is that there is no one knows how Man U plays. Like, I couldn't point to say, okay, these people are out, but we're still going to, try and play a certain type of football. No one knows what they're doing day in, day out. Like, it's literally, let's see how it goes type of football every day. Like, no one can say this is Man U style of play. This is how Man U try and break teams down. This is how Man U try and create chances. It's literally just Moments FC. Moments FC. Just give the ball to someone and then someone will do something. Last season, Rashford was playing for a contract and scored a lot of goals. He got his contract and he's doing Adebayor, Aubameyang, he's got his big contract now and he's regressed massively. Even his people...
he just does the same thing.
Yeah.
He just does the same thing over and over again. Gets the ball, runs at defender, runs at defender, and that's it. And then he'll get the ball again, and then run at defender, and it's like, are you actually going to change it up? Are you going to cross it? Are you going to go down the channel? Are you going to try... I think the good thing is that he got his goal, because he's got a goal. But it was also a bad thing, because he got a goal from that same move, he kept trying it over again.
And he did this. What a claim.
I don't know.
You must start with these guys. Man.
You know what though? Rashford always scores against Tottenham though, bro. Rashford always scores against us. I swear he scored like 3 or 4 seasons in a row against us, bro. I'm not even joking. Like, no matter what, he seems to always score against us. So I wasn't surprised that he scored.
Do you think you're in a title race? Actually, by the way, that's what I wanted to ask. Do you think that Tottenham are in a title race?
No, I don't think we have enough quality, and I don't. We don't have enough quality in terms of goals. With 5 points, we're not. What I mean is, I feel like we need to stay in the hunt as long as possible, but I just don't think we have the mileage to stay in there till the end. And if the way that the injuries keep coming, it's just like 1 week after another, we're getting injuries. So for me, I can't say that I feel like our squad is strong enough. Like, even though we managed to get a point, like Højbjerg and Skip, they played okay yesterday, but you can see the difference when Basuma and Sarr's not playing, when Madison's not playing. It's a big drop off. So the fact that those guys done a job is great, but you need to have your best players in order to win the league. And you saw a perfect example, which we'll come into later, of someone coming back and showing what they were missing. Like, for me, I think we need to stay in the hunt as long as possible, but we're not in a title race. I think it's a good start, but we're conceding too many goals right now, regardless of who's in the back line. Like, we have been conceding too many goals. It's almost like 2 goals a game. So for us, we need to shore up the back line in order for us to mount a real challenge. I think it's a season too early, in all honesty.
Okay, fair enough.
Cyril, can you make Europe? I would say Champions League. I know your answer is going to be no. So can you make it into Europe?
To be honest with you, I think there's generally 8 or 9 teams that are arguably better than us.
Yeah,
so
they're fighting for.
It's optimistic to say maybe Conference League would probably be a realistic target. Europa League is probably a step too far for us right now, but just because of the lack of goals and the lack of goals really is going to be the main problem. There's too many teams in the top 10 scoring too many goals. Even Newcastle, depleted, decimated.
We'll come back to everything.
They're still scoring goals. Aston Villa scoring goals. Somehow, even now Chelsea now looking semi-human, scoring goals. It's hard to then say, okay,
we're 1 point behind you.
Yeah, so I don't think we're gonna get Europe this season, and that's not me being reverse psychology. That's an honest assessment. We're not there or thereabouts. It might be different if we had all of our players back, and I saw a string of 5 to 6 games where there was a good performance. Then my attitude can change. But right now, nothing I've seen this season will show me that we're going to get anywhere in European spots.
Okay, well, as you segued onto Newcastle, being close behind you, we'll move to the Newcastle Man City game, which when it started, I was like, oh man City are just gonna walk all over them because they were just peppering them.
It's domination, man. Domination.
Fantastic bit. It was, but then fantastic bit of play. The pass, people at the time they mentioned it, but then they forgot about the pass from Guimaraes.
Mm.
The no-look pass to Isak,
They
and
didn't
then the
forget
2
about it.
touches and
They
bang.
said about it. They mentioned it
Sometimes I
in the
sit there.
commentary.
No, I mean afterwards.
Obviously, since someone else
all they
came
kept
on
saying was,
later on,
"Oh, the goal, yeah, it got
so De
forgotten about."
Bruyne, innit?
And the thing,
Obviously,
a lot of people said the goal of the game. Yeah,
of course.
the goal of the game was. A lot of people said the goal of the game was what's his name? Silva's goal. I actually think that was the goal of the game for me personally, but that's another story.
You're always going to get the flashy.
In all
ones,
honesty, I felt like it was the best. It was the best collection of quality goals I've seen in a long time. Like every single goal had its own quality about it, and
Liverpool game.
It was one of the best games this season for me. Yeah, all your thunderbolts.
Yeah, bro. Against Fulham.
I mean, to be honest, I think a lot of people thought Man City were going to kind of roll Newcastle with the trajectory of both teams and stuff like that. But it just shows you, like, when you've got players that want to fight for your club and they're going to keep trying and stuff, things will happen. You know, he's just going to continue making those runs, and Guimaraes, Gordon, they're going to find the types of balls that he's going to feed off, and you know that's the kind of things you need to. You're not going to really. Very few teams are going to outplay City. You know what I mean? You're going to have to beat City oftentimes on the counter when City do have a lapse in them, where they're going to concede goals and stuff. You need to just basically defend stewardly and take advantage of your chances. And Newcastle kind of almost did that. Unfortunately for them, you know, someone.
There was just too much time. There was too much time left in the game, bro. That's why execute what happened. They made it 2-1 too early.
I turned it off. I switched. I think it was African Nations Cup was on. I think or something else on. I switched games, bro, because I knew it was just inevitable. Yeah, it was inevitable what was going to happen when he scored. That the game, because they were on fumes, Newcastle. Right, Isak. If they had what's his name?
Wilson to come on.
If they had Wilson, then it would have been a different story. Yeah. But all they had was defenders. So the only question for me is, if you've only got defenders on the bench, then why don't you go defensive? Like, why don't you pack it out a bit more and then try and hold it? But it's almost like he thought, you know what, we're going to hold out with the attack that we have. But I don't know. He brought in Lewis Hall for what's his name, for Gordon, but that wasn't defensive enough.
Yeah, like Lascelles was on the bench. I thought he could have just brought Lascelles in or something like that, just shore it up a little bit. But I don't know.
The problem is, James, like,
you close the gaps.
What you're asking for, you're basically asking City to go and break us down, and they will, because City are not the type of team that will just try to do exactly the same thing every single time. They're going to try different things, and that's at the end of the day what happened. You know, they were trying to play the incisive, nice bit of play between the lines and everything else. That weren't working. De Bruyne comes on. He first gets his goal with a nice tidy pass into the net through the defender's legs.
Yeah, that was
and then the second goal, was that delicious cross, like a ball in behind, which there was basically, if he doesn't get that ball right, Oscar Bob can't do anything about it. Like, he's not getting there. But it was inch perfect into his stride. He beats Trippier, and quick bit of footwork to beat the keeper. It was fantastic. So I know what you're saying about bringing on more defensive reinforcements, but all you're going to do, having Isak still on the pitch, you're at least got someone that can hold it up. You bring anyone else on, they can't do that job. You're just basically kicking the ball and letting City come back again. And all you would allowing is more of their defenders to get involved in the attack, which they are capable of doing as well. So they don't have the legs.
Yeah, no. I think the problem you face with City is they've got passers, they've got dribblers, and it's like, usually you got one or the other, isn't it? It's like they've got everything.
And most players are capable of doing both. That is the problem. And they make the right decisions in the right areas, man. It's very rare that you see them make the wrong decision, and it's usually just a bad bit of finishing, or they might be guilty of overplaying at times. But man, it was a good game, really, really good game. Newcastle did very well. They played well in all their big games, apart from maybe the one against us, and there was another game they lost quite badly. I can't remember who he was against, but by and large, you know, they've done well. It's just they haven't got the right result.
Yeah,
So one of them. But yeah, they didn't get the right result in most of the game, but they've played well. So you got to give them credit for hanging in there. They fight and they don't give up. They run all day as much as they can. And yeah, man, I think Eddie Howe's obviously he's lost quite a few games this season, but they were already way above they're way above where they should have been last season. So to me,
yeah, but 11 points behind you though, is that a big worry for him?
It's a big worry if they were
the same games as well.
Yeah,
I played more games. They played one more game than you as well.
It's a worry in terms of the fact that they're not really in the top 4 hunt, but I don't think they expected to be like at this stage when the takeover happened. I don't think they expected to be getting Champions League in their first full season. So to me, it's not the end of the world. They can still finish in the top 6 for me. Like there's so many quality teams in the top 7, 8 teams. Like anyone can beat. I think the top 8, top 9 teams, anyone can beat anyone. And even Chelsea, you got to add in there. Like on their day, they've caused problems. They've taken points off you. They've taken points off City. They've beaten us. Like they've caused problems. So to me, the top 8, 9 teams, they can all take points off each other. So I think that's the biggest difference between this season and last season.
Yeah, I think this season, the first 20 games is probably amongst the most exciting that you'd see because, like you said, anyone can kind of beat anyone. Like City aren't running away with it. There's literally arguably 5 teams going for the title right now in this game, and it's like, we're in game 21, so that's super exciting. And then you've got loads of teams with a ton of injuries set to come back. And then you're going to see how Tottenham look when Son returns. You're going to see how, now that Kevin De Bruyne is back at Man City, now how are they going to go on demon time and just go on their, 12, 13 game runs? Can Arsenal hang in there and stuff like that? Can Liverpool carry on doing... I don't want to say Liverpool doing a miracle because, their numbers back up where they should be.
We're just back to normal.
But I did not expect this from Liverpool as well. So, kudos to them. And no, it's shaping up to be a good second half of the season. African Cup of Nations is kind of blowing up a bunch of people's spots. I'm going to see how Liverpool do now that they're going to have to rely on Donkey.
An Asian Cup?
Huh?
No, it's Jota. We're not relying on Nunes. Jota.
No, well, Nunes is
Jota's number 2 goal scorer.
He's your guy, though, James. You signed.
He's not.
You stamped this guy.
He's not. He's not. No, the facts are our second top goal scorer is Jota, and it has been for a little while, and I've been saying it for a long time. Jota's the second most important goal scorer in our squad.
Oh, so Nunes is in the bin now. He's out.
He's not in the bin, but Nunes is still raw. Nunes still has a lot of work to do. At the end of the day, and the guy that gets us goals, aside from what do you call it? We're talking about Liverpool now. We shouldn't be talking about Liverpool.
No, just
anyway, we'll
talk about top 4. Yeah,
we'll scrap that. we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
Let's not veer off.
Yeah, no. Okay. No, it's good.
We'll be good. So Chelsea game. Cold Palmer getting ratings again. I might not know what to say it, but it's a penalty though.
No, but look at the way he's dispatched all of his penalties. At his age, he steps up.
Yeah.
No fear, just cool as you like. And he's involved he's involved in the games as well. It's not just he's a penalty.
If he had scored more goals from open play, I'll be giving him more ratings. Listen, penalties are not easy to score because Salah's record for penalties isn't great. And Messi's record for penalties wasn't great. Neither was Ronaldo's at one stretch. So for him to have scored all 5 or all 6 is credit to him. But I think performance-wise, I'll give him more ratings if he had more goals from open play.
I mean,
that's it. He's playing well, and he's arguably probably the best player. But give it more goals from open play, then yeah.
But
I'll be putting him where they're putting him.
The problem is with Chelsea that if you look at Chelsea's issues, that they had a similar issue that we had they had an issue scoring goals. So it wasn't just him. Chelsea as a unit struggled to score goals, and the fact that he's finding a way to score, yeah, fair enough. He's scoring penalties. But that season when Gerrard scored frigging 13 penalties or something, no one took that away from him. People just said, "Oh, Gerrard's scoring mad amount of goals." But now it's Palmer. All of a sudden, he's only scoring penalties. You know what I mean? No, Gerrard,
listen. Let's Don't compare him to Gerrard again. Yeah.
No, but I'm saying
let's
that the
not do
energy
that.
is different.
Let's not do that.
If
Because the energy is not different because Gerrard had a body of work. So you add that. Now Palmer he should be playing for England. He should be starting for England because he's scoring 5 penalties in 5 games. That's the point I'm making.
Okay, but
Gerrard had a body. So let's not put him in Gerrard's stratosphere again until he's done something.
But if you look at Chelsea's overall, like okay, so I'm going to get a bit numbers wise here. Chelsea's overall XGI, yeah, so that's expected goals, basically expected goal involvement, yeah. Palmer routinely has between 5 to 8 per game, so that means on average he's expected to have like every 2 games. He's going to expect it to have like a goal or assist pretty much every 2 games, yeah. That's underlying numbers. So that means he's actually heavily involved in Chelsea's attack. It's not just that he's scoring penalties. It just so happens that Chelsea suck at scoring goals from open play. When you've got useless strikers up front, I know a thing or two about having useless strikers up front. You can create all the chances in the world for them, but if they're not going to, Jackson is basically a laughing stock at this point. He's worse than Højlund, which is incredible to say. So Palmer is creating chances. He's getting people involved. He's linking up play. So I wouldn't just write him off as a penalty merchant. People are looking beyond the pen. Well, for me,
I'm not writing him off. I'm just saying I want to see more. I want the goals. The penalty goals are good, but I want to see more end product from open.
Yeah, no,
open play. That's all. Because you saw it at City. At City, he was getting goal. He scored in the Carabao in the Community Shield, and then he scored in the Super Cup. So I know he can get goals from open play.
Yeah,
but I want to see more of it.
Yeah.
For him to be on a pedestal, they're getting ready for him. That's it.
To be quite honest with you, I don't want to see anything more from Chelsea, to be honest with you, because I said this day was coming, and I'm telling you, yeah, when everyone was on Chelsea saying this, that, and the other, they were looking shocking. Watch, I'm telling you now, all it takes is for them to get a serious number 9. It's going to be problems. It's going to be problems because they're getting points. And Cookie's not a number 9, but he's a goal getter, and that's the problem. So for me,
he's a goal scorer.
All the England talk. England's probably had their best collection of young players they've probably ever had since, I don't know, what's in my lifetime. That is,
yeah.
I can understand why there's talk of him he shouldn't be starting. No way. There's better players already out there. But he should. If he continues the form he's on, he should definitely be going to the championships and maybe as a sub to come on. That's how he used to be at City anyway. So for me, I don't think it'll be good. He definitely be the type of player you want to bring on and be able to create chance or get you a goal. But no, I think Chelsea are starting to find their feet a little bit now, which is not good for the rest of the Premier League.
Well, they've won four home games in a row for the first time in like 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So they're starting to move. Last one word answers. Would they make Europe?
No. Hold on. And they in
they're ninth now.
I would say they.
Well, they could make Europe through the cup, innit?
They're in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could through the cup.
Yeah.
They could if we get to the final. They could face us in the final.
All right, I'll give them an optim. I'll give them a yes. I think there's too much.
They could. They probably could. I think there's too much. I think they'll get into Europe. There's too much in that squad for me to just, especially now that they seem to be finding their feet. I think Chelsea get into Europe.
Okay. The last bit, which we're not going to talk much about, but it's literally just a question and a little 2-minute topic. The Burnley Luton game. Should that equaliser have stood? Me, I say no.
No.
Although goalkeepers are a what do you call it, protected species, it was blatant what he did, in my opinion. But Shay Given and Tim Howard, goalkeepers, have both said the goal was fine. He should be expecting a bump, which shocked me. Goalkeepers saying it.
I think over the years goalkeepers have been overprotected, and I think if you let this goal stand, it's going to set a precedent that goalkeepers aren't above the law type.
But it normally doesn't. It normally gets ruled out though.
Bro, we've seen free kicks given for less. Yeah, let's be honest.
Yeah, bro.
To be honest with you, when I saw it, I immediately thought it was going to be ruled off as a foul. But then if they let this slide, they're setting a precedent that you can do this now going forward, that you can bump around the goalkeeper and it's not an automatic foul, which I feel is going to change the dynamic for aerial balls into the box and for, set pieces into the box, where you're going to now have maybe like a big brawly centre back here. Just stand next to the goalkeeper to stand him off and know that you could just in theory block him and they're not going to rule a foul. That's going to change the whole dynamic of set pieces, and it's going to add a new element to football, if that's what they're trying to do, or if it was just a one-off.
First of all, you already know that this is not setting no precedence. This is just VAR. This is someone in a room who decided not to give a blatant foul on a keeper. Like, I'll be honest, right? The reason why I believe even more that it wasn't a goal is the reaction of the Luton players. They didn't think it should have counted. Adebayo, he didn't think it should have counted because he looks at the ref. And before that, the person looking at VAR would have seen that Adebayo is looking for where the goalkeeper is, wherefore he obstructs him. So he looks back, sees the goalkeeper coming, and he's like, I'm just going to, make sure that he can't get anywhere near this ball, and stands there. And to me, it's a foul. I know what the goalkeepers union are trying to say is that back in their day, they would have literally just taken everyone out. That's basically what goalkeepers were going to do that's what they did back in the day. And often they were players that would obstruct keepers without trying to make it look obvious, even though they knew what they were doing. But it's a foul all day, man. And I think VAR's missed another one, basically, just to add to the collection.
Yeah.
No, it is a foul, but I'm wondering if they were. Yeah, you're probably right that some, we've had so many VAR shockers at this point. Someone just had another man, decided to just. But the thing is, when you look at other VAR incidents, there's points that you can argue, right? Like, even though you might be arguing from a weak position, there's normally points that you can argue, like all the red cards, all the incidents that have happened, the fouls. With this one in specific, from the way that the rules are written, I can't see a point of argument why they wouldn't give a free kick, which is why I thought maybe they're just trying to set a precedent that we're going to allow a bit of tussling going forward. Because otherwise it doesn't make sense. So if that's not the case, then whoever was in the VR booth, he has to be suspended, and they have to let everyone know that this is not happening. He has to get suspended. Well, right?
the last thing on it, BBC did a poll, and it was 65% said yes.
It should have been a goal.
It should have been disallowed.
Okay,
65%. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people.
Yeah,
the goal should have been ruled out. That's a lot of people still that said the goal.
The only thing I would say about that is where the ball is located. Trafford has to come from quite a long way to go and get the ball, which is the only thing.
He was never getting there.
He wasn't really getting there. I don't even think if Adebayo didn't do what he did, I don't think he's still getting there. And I think that might have been why the VAR didn't give it. That's the only thing I could think of, is that
possibly
it wasn't in the 6-yard box where it was in the goalkeeper's vicinity. He was having to go out and go and just deal with the situation, and he just got nowhere near it because he got obstructed from doing that. You can't set screens in football, unfortunately. Like without and
that's a moving screen anyway, bro. It was a moving screen.
It was a moving screen. However you want to call it, you can't do that in football, unfortunately. And it's one of them ones where the VAR's just missed it, man.
Yeah, add another one to the list. VAR shockers, I guess.
All right, fellas. Thank you for today. And thank you once again for listeners. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, share, and of course, leave your comments. Do you agree with Cyril's take on Man United? Do you agree that the goal should have been disallowed or kept? But we'll catch you next week as the second half of the games get run through. All right, take it easy, guys.
Take care.
Thank you.
See you later.